Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you everybody? Hope everybody is in a very good health. So today I will share you the recording session for our Python programming lectures. So today I want to introduce to you one function in Python which is to manipulating file. For example, you see a lot of application. We can open file, edit file, and also we can manipulate from the file. We can make it graph. Everything is possible in Python because in Python we have what we call as file, built-in object called file. So the file object, they provide all the basic function necessary in manipulating file. So for example, we can open notepad, write some text, save the file within the Python programming. This is very interesting topics to learn. Okay, let me explain first what are the file function, file object function. Okay, within the file object, they have multiple functions that we can use. For example, there's a open function. The function name open. So before we want to work with any file, first we need to open the file first, right? For example, you are using Microsoft Word. Of course, you need to open the file first, correct? So for this, we start with the function name open. So as we can see in this example, okay, practice file equal to open. Okay, practice file ni just the variable name. You can put any name here. Equal to open is the open function, and inside the open function there are two parameters. The first parameter is for the file name. You need to put the file name and path lah. For example, the file in C name azwan.txt, you can put c/azwan.txt, or the file within the same folder, with the source code, you just put the file name only .txt. And the next parameter is the mode that you want to use lah. For this example, the mode is R. R stands for read mode, meaning that you only can read the file. Okay, what are other function mode that we can use? Okay, there also W mode. W is for write. For example, you want to open and write the file, then you use W mode. If you just want to read the file, read the content of the file, just use R mode. Then R plus, for example, you want to read and write at the same time, just use R plus. And A is appending. Appending is, for example, for W, you will rewrite the file. For example, the file already have some text or some data. Then if you open and write the file, they will delete the previous data. Then if you want to remain the original data and then you just add another data at the bottom, you need to use A mode, meaning that appending mode. Okay, so after you open, then at the end you will close the file. Likewise, when you open file Microsoft Word or whatever, later on you will close the file, right? You don't just leave it open for the whole time. So at the end of your process, of your code, normally you will close the file. This example show that practice file dot close. The practice file is the variable that you declare here, practice file. Just use the same name. Okay, let's see how we want to use the Python programming to read some file and print out within our source code. First, we create a file first. Okay, first we create an empty file. Not empty lah, we just create. You can open the folder. It's good to have within the same folder of your Python code. For example, my Python code in G Python folder. So I just create a new file here. Right click, new text document. For example, I just put test.txt. That's okay. Test.txt. I open the file. I write something lah. For example, this is the first. Typo. First line. This is the second line. Type again. This is the third line. Second line. Okay, enough three line. Okay, just save and close. Okay, now we want to create a new Python to read this file. Okay, we go to our VS Code. Okay, create a new file. Okay, create a new file. What? Ni file.py, for example, file.py. Okay, this is empty. Okay, so let's see. This is the example code. So first we open the file in read mode, and then we look through the line and print each line, each of the content of the file. We use again what we learned before, for loop, and then we just run through the line and print every line in the file, in the text file. So first I create a new file. I create a new variable, for example, buka file, open file, for example, open file equal to open. Okay, the first parameter is the name of the file. Our file name test.txt or tets. Oh, okay, typo the name tets. So tets.txt I open in read mode. Okay, the next line I will look through for line in open file, print line. Typo, open file also typo, FI. Okay, so make sure the spelling is similar. It's very case sensitive. And then I try to run this code. Okay, you can see the output is, this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line, meaning that I successfully opening this file and print out all the contents here. Okay, so let's go to the next section. Read function. Okay, just now we just open and look through the content and print out the content, right? So for example, actually within the file object, we already have read function so we don't need to look every just like we do before, we look through, right? So using read function, we don't need to using this loop anymore. So this is one example. Practice file equal to open, practice file read mode, and then we just directly print practice file.read. So no need to look through anymore. Let's try. Okay, so for example, this is we are using loop, so I want to comment the line first. Okay, so this is the, if we want to use the read function, we just print read open file, just like this. Also typo. Oh sorry, open file to read. Sorry. Like this. Okay, so when we run, we got the same output. Okay, it's more practical lah. We don't need to create a loop for each of the process. Okay, or we want to read one line at a time, we just use the read line. Or we want to make all the list in the list format, we just use read lines. They have S here, so let's play around. Okay, print out the read line. Okay, read line like this. When I run, this is the first line. When I run again, okay, we only got the first line. If I put S at the back, relines. I got the, I'll put in the list. Remember list that we learned before? Okay, this is the benefit. If you want to do processing later, you better put in this list, so easier for you to call it back. Okay, like it's stored in a variable. Okay. Okay, now we go to the write function. Okay, if you want to write into the file, for example, we already have some content in the text file, right? We have, okay, now we have, this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line. For example, you want to write your own text using the Python code, you can use write function. Okay, how? Okay, this is one example. First we open the file, but if you notice, the mode is changed to W. Previously we used R, right? So now we change to W, and then we use this function .write, and what you want to write in the text file. For example, let's go and test. Okay, now first I open the file test.txt and change to W. So if I want to write a text inside the file, I just open file dot write. Okay, what you want to write inside this, for example, hello, I'm writing something lah in the file. Okay, for example kan. Okay, if you notice that now we have this text. After we run, they will change all this text to the hello, I'm writing something in the file. Let's run this code. Okay, now there are no output here, empty, but when you open the file, see the content already changed. This is for W. For example, if you want to retain the original text, you need to use the append, like what I said before. Okay. Okay, this is for write. What about write lines? Okay, write lines. For example, you already have a list of text here. Okay, you can put all the lists inside the text file using the write lines. Okay, for example, I create a list first. Okay, the list, for example, list text equal to. Okay, the first I want to put here, hello, I am writing something in the file, and the backslash n is important if you want to make it for the next line. You want to go to the new line, you put backslash n. If not, they will write in the same line. Okay, this is the second line written by Python, backslash n. Enough to, so if I want to put the line inside the file, okay, I just write line. Okay, and then I put the name of the list text. If I run this code, you will see here I already changed to the list of text here. Okay, I think it's easy and interesting topics. Okay, then I want you for this for this session, you try to do this practice. Okay, first you open the file you created in the last practice. Write a string to that file. Then you will notice that they are overwriting that file with the new text.